Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Now we talk about lesson plan. As a teacher, do you relate a lesson plan? Can you answer it? If you choose yes, in the evening you need to sit in front of the laptop and then you need to write your lesson plan. Of course, in teaching process for tomorrow, you will be success. However, if your answer is no, of course, your teaching and learning process for tomorrow will be panicking. See? So, it depends to you. If you are a professional teacher, I think your answer will be yes. But if you are not a professional, of course, you will be panic in teaching and learning process. Okay? Now we continue to the purpose of lesson plans. What is the purpose of lesson plans? Lesson plans, it is used as a guide for the teacher. Guide. In order to achieve objective, in order to achieve the aim of lesson plan, remember the concept of compass and lesson plan. So compass will guide us to our destination. Next, lesson plans provide direction. You can see the example of lesson plans. In the lesson plans, many directions. So the purpose of lesson plan provide direction. After doing this, what you have to do next? After that, what next? This is a direction. Next purpose, it gives teacher a sense of security and confidence. You are as a teacher will be confident. You will have a self-confidence. You feel secure in teaching process because you have a lesson plan. You have a compass. And then next, the purpose of lesson plans provide records. In lesson plans, there is an assessment. You can record, you will record everything. In lesson plans, you will record everything in teaching learning process. And then the last purpose of lesson plans, it helps keep good classroom management. Classroom management, it means you can manage your class. There is no noise, there is no panicking. And then from the purpose of lesson plans, you will get higher achieving students. How to get a higher achieving students? Of course, you need to manage your class. You can see the formula here. Classroom management plus well-designed lessons, it means well-designed lesson plan, equal higher achieving students. So you need to prepare your classroom management, you need to prepare well-designed of lesson plan in order to get higher achieving students. So this is the purpose of lesson plan. The purpose of lesson plans to get a higher achieving students. Well, what is the purpose of lesson plans for learners, for our students, for our pupils? The purpose of lesson plans, the students realize that the teacher cares for their learning. This is really important. Care. You know the word of education? Education, it is from two words, edu and care. Care. It means that students realize that the teacher care for their learning. Next, students attend a structured lesson easier to assimilate. They appreciate their teacher's work as a model of well-organized work to imitate. So these are some purposes of lesson plans, especially for learners. In the previous slide, it is for teacher. Next, what is the advantages of lesson plan? The advantages of lesson plans, for the first, it is to be systematic and orderly in the treatment of the subject matter. Systematically here, it means that our teaching process based on the first and the second procedure. Based on the procedure, it means based on the procedure. See? And then treatment, it is a teaching and learning process here. So what next advantages of lesson planning? Confidence and self-realize. Confidence and secure. So this is the advantages of lesson plan. And the next advantages is it saves time. It means that by having a well-designed of lesson plan, we can save our time. And then the last advantages of lesson planning is correlated with the social and psychological environments of the students. So here are some advantages of lesson plan that you can arrange, that you have to formulate in a good formulation, in a good design. Now we continue to the steps involved in lesson planning. Herbartian steps. There are 6 steps. The first, it is preparation. Preparation or introduction. It means that the teacher must prepare the students to receive new knowledge. You need to prepare it. Knowledge is to be linked with the previous knowledge. You need to know your students. You need to know your students' previous knowledge. It means that if you are as a teacher in Samosir, however your topic it is about tourism, never talk about Borobudur temple, because they don't have a knowledge about Borobudur temple. But you need to talk about Parapat or Lake Toba in Samosir. So it means that in preparation, in fact, means that exploration of the pupil's knowledge. See, it will lead to the aim of the lesson. It will lead to the aim of the lesson. See, and next step, it is for presentation. Before presentation of subject matter, the aim of the lesson should be clearly stated. What is the aim? What is the objective of lesson for today? You need to present it to your students. By having a clear objective, the students will engage upon a common pursuit. See? In the presentation steps, the pupils must get some new ideas. And pupils should be the active participant in the teaching and learning process, because they know the aim of the teaching and learning process. The teacher should try to introduce everything from the learner. A sort of heuristic attitude should prevail to the whole teaching. And then there is a questioning, and in questioning should form an important device of this step. Other aids should also be used to make the lessons more interesting and comprehensive. So this is the presentation. Well, now we continue to the next step, comparison or association. You need to demonstrate some examples to your students. Some examples are given to the students, and they are asked to observe the examples carefully. Ask them to compare the example. This step is important, where some definition or some generalization is to be induced from the students. Okay, now we continue to the next step, generalization. In these steps, the aim of the lesson plan is achieved. This step involves reflective thinking. You know reflective thinking. Reflective thinking. Because the whole knowledge learned in preparation is to be systematized, which leads to generalization, formulae, rules, etc. Through comparisons or association. Generalization step complete the inquiry by providing the answer to the problem with which it began. Thus, the students get new knowledge which is ready for me. Okay. Now we continue to the next, application. At this stage, the students make use of acquired knowledge in familiar and unfamiliar situations. It means that the students able to apply the new knowledge from teaching and learning process, and the application will be permanent in their minds of the students and will not fade from consciousness soon. And the last, recapitulation. Recapitulation is the last step. The understanding of comprehension of the subject matter taught by the teacher can be tested by putting some suitable questions on the topics to the students. This will also help the teacher to find out whether his method of teaching is effective and successful or not. So this is the steps in lesson planning. I think nothing is so fatal for a teacher as unappropriateness. I think that's all for this meeting. I hope you can understand the steps and the purpose and the advantages of lesson plan. Thanks for attention. If you have a question, welcome. You can leave in our forum or in a comment. I will reply it. Thank you. Goodbye. See you in the next meeting.